Do you want to use this pillow as like when you have when you have your thought, you're supposed to have that in your hand.
Pass it back. It's your turn to talk. Hey, you been on your therapy shit for
the therapy
real.
pillow.
Wait.
Hey man, you want to get your shit off, bro?
No.
Do you have the pillow?
Y'all just missed it. Fam just gave us a group therapy note and don't have a public girlfriend. Going to group therapy without a public girlfriend is sick, fam. Who you going to group therapy with?
Bro, everything's a case study to me.
All right, G. You officially is sick. This nigga's sick, bro.
Just trying to see what's up, man.
We took a whole week off. I feel like shit.
No, we really did. And folks was giving us a hard time about it.
I know. But I can't even blame nobody.
No, I understand why.
Yeah.
We just kind of, in a way, lucked up that there was a global pandemic that happened at the exact same time.
And that's fully what we're going to blame it on.
That gave us,
that's what it was.
Gave us an out.
SK, say bye to everybody before you just dip out.
Peace out, yo. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Is that better?
Oh, man. Let's do it. It's the Meet the Brave podcast. We are at a new location. Shout out to SK, Slapwagon. This is episode 98. It should be 99. Fuck me for being annoying and not doing. We just didn't do last week's. So L hit me and was like, "Yo, man, my bad."
This is a day later.
A day later, but I purposely didn't. You know how when you want to do something, you'll hit a nigga, you'll nudge him just to see, like, yo, just reminding you, I didn't hit this nigga all day on Sunday.
I was surprised by that too, because I was like, I didn't know how much time I was gonna get over on this, because I was like really not in the space to actually
Neither was I.
be ready to call in anything.
Neither was I. So it was just, and then it would have been a remote episode. It wouldn't have been any video, and just trying to find some consistency with the video. The cool thing about this whole fucking quarantine shit is that we can finally lock in on and dial in on the video. And then I have my weekly Kevin and I, shout out my bro Kev Allen. We have our weekly Monday, Tuesday, and I was able to snag Wednesday session with SK over here finishing up the tape. And he was like, bro, you do the podcast? Try it out at the space just to see. Like, just try it. And here we are. And so far, so fucking dope. Was able to throw it up together. It's comfortable. I hope it looks good. I didn't see Lex. How you look? How you feel over there?
I feel good.
Okay. Lex is on the third mic today, so welcome. Lex got his job back in full and got a promotion, nigga. He got a microphone.
Man, Mike Vid Lex.
Shout out to the
Throw them together, bro.
Shout out to the Corona. Hey, now so welcome back, y'all. L, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. This week hiatus really allowed me to dial back into my bag.
Yeah.
Because the person that would have been present for last week would not have possibly, like, that would have been a person that we probably would have to just throw away.
Just throw away the episode or throw away the person?
No, just throw that person away.
The person.
Like, disregard everything that person was about to say. I apologize in advance for that person that we did not hear.
Wait,
so we're good.
So L cut. He goes. He no, but he let me know early in the week, like, hey, we got to do a remote. I'm like, bet, no biggie. And then I start seeing the shit that he's posting, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna do a show. Like, in my mind, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna do a show.
It was gradually progressive.
Yeah, just based off the type of time he was on. And then the very last thing we got from him was like at 4 in the morning.
Wild.
Saturday night, Sunday morning, 4 a.m. And I'm like, oh, we definitely not doing a show. Because the fact that I was up was like, okay, I'm not gonna be worth the damn. And we had hella shit to do Sunday. But we nonetheless, we are here. Lex Bub, how you feeling?
I feel great.
Is it weird to be on mic?
Yes.
Yeah. You're not really a microphone nigga. You always are behind the camera.
Damn right.
See, but that's why I don't fuck with you, because it's not true. You fully be acting and shit. Like, I've seen at least 3 shorts with you in it.
All 3 of those shorts wasn't my idea though.
But you was in them though, and killed it, by the way.
I'm a team player.
So Lex walks in, I'm like, and we're setting up the mics. SK's like, so you want all 3? And I was like, yeah. Because every time you are here, you off mic and not say nothing, it's like, he should just be on mic. But I don't. Anyway, let's get to the show. Missed you guys. Lot to get to. The world is fucking crumbling around us. I don't know how scared you guys are. This is like routine shit for me though. Just being in the house all the fucking time by myself. So hey, here we are, quarantined and shit.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anywhere to be, if shit broke down right now, I'd be fine in here, and L would be like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Lex might be okay, but L would be like, I'm getting the fuck. You guys are not locking me in the studio for fucking 30 days.
Yeah, no, I gotta get to my safe space. But once I'm in there, though, I can definitely just stick around.
The pandemic.
Yes,
I've never
It's
heard
here.
that. I've never heard that word before until this week. So bear with me.
It's
for
crazy. This will be the
ignorance.
first one that we really went through as a U.S., which lets you know just how spoiled we are over on the U.S. side. Like shit doesn't really reach us. Like it gets to us. Like we've had pandemics before, but it wasn't it wasn't on this scale.
What would
It
be
wasn't something that got out of
considered?
control.
What would be considered a U.S. pandemic? What is it?
Shit, we've had
Measles or some shit?
yeah, it'd been like I think the bird flu was a thing for a minute.
Bird flu?
There was a couple, but it wasn't like anything that was large though. Like it was something that was so small in numbers that we all just laughed it off like we started off doing this one.
So isn't
SARS?
Huh?
Like SARS or something?
Like SARS. Yeah, like
is it so? But
like
is
SARS,
it
like SARS is happening around us, but it didn't hit anybody close to us, so we didn't trip off of it.
so? What? So so the numbers have increased enough for us to acknowledge it, or is it how we consume media now? Because I think that's the hard part I'm having. The whole washing your hands hygiene thing is like easy to make fun of, especially if you've been around white people forever. Like it's just a thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that's easy. That's like an easy thing to make fun of. But then there is also the reality that I never SARS, bird flu, even while we were watching a documentary on Ebola last night, and that shit was like
Ebola, Zika. It was just things. It's things that we've heard about, but it wasn't something that like
and that whole
like broke out.
that whole documentary was dedicated to America's ignorance, and the privilege of not having that shit land at your doorstep.
But you also know that what was in place at that time when all those things did not break out the way that this one broke out. There was a whole department that didn't get fired by the president. Do you know the pandemic, like the group that is actually here to sniff out pandemics and nip them in the bud before they actually like take over the U.S. area?
That's what that documentary was on.
That part got fired by our current administration, and they completely just swept under the rug. Like, how are we supposed to know that there was going to be a pandemic?
Wow.
That's what that group is for. Since we didn't have one, that would in our most recent history, then therefore we don't acknowledge it that we needed them. So there you go.
Jeez. So this is but I guess the point that I was getting to is like this shit ain't by accident then. It just if we want to start with conspiracy corner, it has that feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to dismiss and laugh at now because the world has stopped, but it all just feels so theatrical and dramatic. The ship that's docked in Jack London and all. It's just like, what the fuck is going? Like, what is this? And then the fear. Watching how, especially because we're on the cusp of phones and internet.
I love how
and
they
shit.
try to act as if Oakland had the only dock that was big enough for that shit. Bro. Like they're wild.
That was the only place that big ass ship could fit.
They're wild for that shit. But
Yeah.
okay, go ahead.
But so our generation, I would say 35 to 20. Let's just make it even 10, 25 to 35.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not even true because it's a significant this particular group, because I'm 30. That particular maybe it's 30 to 35 really, because I'm right on the cusp of like nigga internet everything, right? Bear Share and LimeWire and all that, like where you just spent hours on the internet when you got home. I felt like that started with us maybe a year or two before, but I feel like I'm that wave where it was like like nigga, you made a like it was a cognitive choice. Like, damn, do I want to hoop today or do I want to download hours and hours of music type shit, right? But in the process of that, how a lot of those sites were able to even stay alive was ad dollars. Didn't know it then, but in hindsight, it's like, so you see all these weird pop-ups for just weird shit. If you just start like literally all these spam pop-ups would happen early because that's how the websites were being funded. No one knew it at the time, but we know it now. So now when all these things come at us, my age group in particular, our age group in particular, is a little bit more conditioned to be able to deal with the just fake news that's always existed, right? People are able to get their agendas off. It's the same as newspapers and news, and if you could afford the ad spots, then you probably gonna get your shit off. So now the whole world's sort of beats and measure is to consume that way, but there's a significant part of the population that was never conditioned to personally filter through the shit. That goes for the older group and the younger group. It's the niggas in the middle that can filter the shit on their own. The older group and the younger group can't filter at all. So they're just getting all this fake news and going, it's true, it's true, it's true, it's true, without any ability to filter or fact check. And the fear is so rampant.
Sure.
And the most disgusting part is like, if this is true, niggas going to buy in bulk just for you is probably the worst thing to do. But it just, I guess with anything, even how I deem like one-on-one relationships, right? You can't really say you fuck with somebody until like real panic and fear and like
fan,
like you know, like some real tension.
See them under
Yeah,
a certain level of stress, I guess.
I want to let me know the real you. When you find out the real about people, nigga, we got to travel with them and be in a little confined ass room with them.
Shit, to spend multiple days around each other for multiple hours.
Where all the cool
like
come
where,
on.
like where there isn't other things to get yourself into that will distract you from each other.
Man, the shit you can learn about people is fascinating.
Man.
So here we are, right? And before even getting to whether it's real or not, how is it just the flu? I can't even get there because
it's a strand. It's a strand that they don't have. So the thing is that it's a strand of the flu that doesn't have a cure yet, and they will not have one for basically a little bit more than a year, so around 18 months. So the only thing that we have to think about when we come to like these type of times, like this type of measure, is not so much like, for one, we have to temper our own fears in order to operate at our ultimate efficiency as beings. Like, we have to figure out how to block our fear out and listen to professionals who know what they're talking about, or at least know how to stifle something that's coming our way.
yes,
Which is what is going to happen. So basically the idea is that the U.S.'s situation is damn near spot on to what's going on in Italy. And Italy is already on full lockdown over there. We are about a week behind of what their situation is. So what's happening behind closed doors is that they're looking at what's the best plan of action before they shut this entire thing down, because people are going to have to self-quarantine, because we were not prepared beforehand for something of this magnitude. For one, people's fear, and then people that are actually sick, and then the amount of hospitals we have, the amount of hospital beds, the amount of attention, because once we don't have tests, for one, so that's already a thing. But when you do you can get tested, is more sort of processing of it. So when they do test you, the processing time that it takes for you to get back the information on if you have this is so it has so many days in between it that there's no way to do testing on hundreds of thousands of people at the exact same time. So we have to self-quarantine people out until they have the actual symptoms, and then you can go to these places. But we have to filter that process. So the whole everybody feared, everybody in this uproar about what's possibly going on does have some merit to it. Not the way that people are reacting to it this way. Like they're like completely losing their shit. It's not doomsday for you, but it is a certain level of urgency to it that I don't think everybody's operating with because of the lack of knowledge on what they're going to do. When they shut shit down, best believe people are going to be losing their shit.
Yeah.
So you just have to be prepared for what other people's reaction to when that news drops. Because I know when that damn state of emergency happened, I was privy to it, but the state of emergency dropping, that initially started the first round of the fear that we're going to receive. People can still go outside. People can still move around the way that they want to do. They can go to a damn bar as long as it's still open. They can still do these social gatherings if it's still allowable for now. But when the next phase happens, when you take that shit out of the equation, people are going to get a little antsy. People are already getting a little antsy because they have to stay home from work. If you work in San Francisco, your ass got to stay at the house. So that means you're in your house, you're getting a little antsy already. When they say you can't go outside unless you're going to the store to pick up more supplies, then people are gonna lose their shit. So that's the only thing that we're literally thinking about. I just think that we have to be a little more cognizant of the possibilities of what can take place in something like this when you're dealing with, for one, I hate to say it, when you're dealing with people who are naturally, they're bringing out the natural colors in the first, they are afraid. When people are afraid, they can do anything. I want to be prepared for people who are afraid. I don't give a fuck about the actual virus itself. I care about people who can be affected by it, including myself, or who I can affect if I was to contracted, then I would be affecting other people as well. I am afraid of that part. I have not afraid, but I'm cognizant of that. But I think more so about the people who just don't react well on these type of conditions.
So that's where I'm at. And there's a lot of those people in positions of power to make decisions that affect everybody.
And they'll do it in a drop of a dime.
Oh my goodness.
Random question. Do you guys think about the homeless people and what's going to happen to them?
So that part.
Go ahead. Go.
No, so that part is already something that was discussions that happened a week ago. It hasn't come out yet, but those are discussions that have already took place, that they would be, of course, the ones who contracts it. They could potentially already have it, but they do not have access to getting tested for it. Yeah. So therefore, they're already passing it along. That's the idea that they have for that's for sure where it could be nested at. So now, what would happen to them after the fact? Hey, man. I'm not in those rooms, but I can tell you that it's not a good feeling, bro. It's not a good feeling.
Yeah, I keep going, not even back and forth. I struggle with fear mongering, and then I also struggle with how history. How do I say it? I struggle with our lack of appreciation for history. I wasn't the best student. Let's keep it I like to keep it a buck. But for whatever reason, like historical like dates and facts, whether it be bullshit or not, always fascinated me and always kind of thrived in that realm. And then even if let's say it is bullshit, even if it is bullshit, there is a space where you study even the bullshit to kind of find the answer in the approach, or when certain elements of the history is replicated in an attempt to fear and sway the economy in like dramatic shifts, right? Mm-hmm. And at the core of every recession, plague, is some sort of ill-ass illness, for real. and how the dynamics and the power shifts take place with ownership, physical property, and because people, I think people think about it in like like physical like money, and it's like it's not where the wealth and the power is sustained. It's not just like it's a lot of the like shit we'll never ever see in a lifetime. So just looking at what the stock market's doing, for example, and some of the commodities that the world depends on, and what they're doing, like it's hard not to get wrapped into, holy fuck, this on some level, this feels manipulated, and not the virus. The ability to benefit off the fear that the virus is sort of perpetuating is where I'm at. So I'm beyond. I'm not going all there in the factory making this virus and they're just sprinkling this shit on people. No. This might be a real super.
No, it really started in China. It really started in funny thing. It had really started with the wealthy in China. Wasn't the bat, so it wasn't the bat idea. People weren't eating the bats, but it was that they were eating exotic shit. They still do that. They're trying to sanction that. But in the meantime, that is where this strand came from, and then it multiplied from there. But
So the idea that it's here, and then once it's here, it's like, yo, we can ramp this up for real, and watch what it does to Medicare, and watch what it does to people's social securities and their 401ks. And I'm like, oh, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, and my interest in stocks and shit is fairly recent, but it doesn't take that long to kind of figure out market shares and like when to buy and when to sell, and like, nigga, this is the buyer's market right now. If you got it, like if you got it for real, they're not gonna tell nobody that, but that's what this discussion. They're not talking about no virus at their dinner tables and breakfast tables and the gatherings that they're still attempting to have. They like, yo, if you got any bread right now, go buy up every fucking thing and watch it work.
Oh, definitely.
So
these things aren't meant for like
the poor.
For the poor, like the poor are the ones that have to worry about the actual, like, what is it? They have to worry about the immediacy of the problem.
Yeah,
that's not a wealthy deal.
Yeah.
Wealthy deal, yes, you're correct, because they can go chill out in the middle of nowhere and be A-okay, seclude themselves in this moment. So you ain't really got to worry about that, and they can still make their decisions from there. But yeah,
damn.
I was thinking more so just about like the plan of action that folks are taking, not in the streets, but I'm talking about politicians, government, people that you would think would be of importance for situations like this. If there was an outbreak, not saying that this one would be one, but in these type of situations, they're taking the same precautions that you would take if there was a doomsday. Like there are bunkers set up. There are, like the secret room that's away from everyone else, where you grab the most important people and get them in there. That type of stuff. That type of stuff is a thing, bro. Like, fuck, so man. It's just like it's
fuck. What watching all the memes of like when black people take shit serious, and the fact that the MPA being canceled is like when niggas was like, yo, this shit might be real. That I ain't
gonna lie, that shit was wild. That shit was wild because like when I got home from work and and turn on TV or whatever, and you could just feel the urgency in everybody's voice when they was talking. I didn't know what was taking place yet. Yeah. And then they showed the little pan over to the Jazz and OKC leaving the courts, and they were quarantined in the locker rooms.
Oh my God!
bro. And then they stopped that Zion from playing basketball. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, yeah, nah, it's about to get real now, fellas.
Niggas are hilarious, bro.
It's about to get real,
Like,
fellas.
cause it was a joke to everybody,
No, that's
and then
true.
the second the NBA was canceled, it was like, yo, all right, this shit might be real. It's like, fam, y'all ain't been watching the news at all. Like, y'all niggas just don't care at all. I don't know. It's hard not to find the humor in all of this. And
No, it's true. I think that's also like a U.S. thing though, because in the U.S. there's so little that comes across our tables,
yeah,
and really touches us. You know what I mean? Like it's not like we have overwhelming, like it's not like a third world country where we have to fight for our lives every single day.
Man.
You know what I mean? So we're so spoiled in so many ways that we don't take this shit seriously, bro. Like when something like this pops up, we just be like, oh, that's wild for somebody. You know what I mean? Like until like that shit touches somebody of our own or somebody that we know.
yeah,
Then that's when it gets important. So like when names were getting it is when I think people started going to these stores and getting their shit. So like, you know, for us it'd have been Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
For a lot of other people it would be Tom Hanks and his wife. Once they saw Tom Hanks and his wife, they was like, oh shit, folks are actually
The celebrities
folks
aren't
can get
immune.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody can get this. You know what I mean? So,
that's just sad. It's just sad. It's hard not to see it as sad. It for me, it just it's like, wait, what are our real values, right? How we process, how we filter is we hold, there's such a value for celebrity in the States
completely.
that something like this wasn't an issue for anybody until the celebrities that you named were infected or tested positive, and it was like, yo, this is crazy. Like literally, there are people that genuinely didn't give a shit until those names were dropped. The NCAA holding on. The NCAA was ready to play in front of no fans because like losing the hit of ticket sales and like merch and shit was one thing, but the betting that the brackets generate is like, nah, we can't walk away from this bread. So before think about the timeline of that. Before the NBA cancels, the NBA is like, yo, we might just play in front of no fans. And they're like, nah, we might just cancel the shit. But they didn't say. They still hadn't said. Because remember, like, this is like a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. They were asking LeBron, like, yo, the commissioner says no fans. Like, oh, man, I'm playing in front. I don't want to play if ain't no fans, you know? Like, no one knew. The NCAA had already been like, hey, we just not going to have no fans, period. The turning is still happening. And they held, even after the NBA canceled their season, they still were running. Like, they were still getting ready to have people fly to, like, what? So there is this, I don't know, man, just to watch how the world either turns or doesn't, depending upon what the profit margin is also convoluting how real this is too. You know, because there's a lot of money being lost. The independent stores, the mom and pops. What you got, Lex? My bad.
The thing that fucked me up was I'm telling some of my friends like they canceling the NBA.
Yeah.
So WonderCon and Comic Con ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, we still good. We still rolling. They're sending me links. WonderCon's like, yeah, everything else is closing, but we just taking measures. We'll be good. They didn't cancel the shit until Friday afternoon. They finally came out and was like, okay, we have to, but we just gonna move it a couple of weeks. And then they posted another one saying, yeah,
it's canceled. Yeah,
it's pushed back. We don't know the date.
The fact that Coachella was holding on as long as they were, South by Southwest literally canceled like 2 days before, and isn't refunding people their money. Like
that's sick with it.
Because it's so much, like they got 2-3 days away from opening their doors. They can't afford it. Like that money spent for them. African Jazz Fest in Dakar.
Yeah, they got me messed up, bro. I'll be at their front door.
Front door. Literally. Everything. But
But then that's also like the black person thing, where like you don't pay for anything in advance like that.
So the fact that I did, and you telling me I can't have my money back, you got me fucked up.
But still, you be like, it's when? I bet. Well, I'm gonna wait till we can get to like closer to the end, just in case anything else happens. Cause
But but see, our our hesitation and our sort of last minuteness is justified and shit like this.
bro, we have gut feelings from
We got instinct.
we have instincts set in from our ancestors, bro. They tap us whenever shit just don't feel right.
See, but
You know what I mean?
that's why I'm sick, cause I call myself trying to plan in advance, bruh. When stuff start getting canceled, and I start trying to retrieve certain deposits and shit like that, and couldn't, that almost caused a meltdown on its own. And then I start thinking about like, yo, if this is what my overhead is, and this is what my potential loss is for just this run of shows, holy fuck, what are the small business owners going through right now? So that's another part of it too. Man, if there was any time to piece up, to form conglomerates and small unions amongst families and friends and supporters and collaborators and shit like that, man, y'all better click up now, because there's just on the scale, it's just a fraction for me. I can't even begin to fathom what other people are going through. We are a small independent operation that functions as if. And we get it all the time. Like, yo, who you signed to? What's your label situation? Nigga, what fuck label you talking about? Label? Who am I signed to? What? How much was that advance? What? What are you saying right now? So nah, man. That's it.
No,
I guess we could spend all day on it.
That's a big topic, man, because that's a part that people aren't privy to. Because on the other end is just like people who are that are out of work, or will not have work.
Yeah.
You got to think about the service industry.
Yeah.
Where once they do postpone or stop, you would say, the ability to go to restaurants and go to anywhere that you can gather, bodies of people, will be where they lose out on their job. A lot of those people are on tips, and get paid underneath the table. They don't report that shit to the government, so they won't have any aid from that.
Oh man.
So they're pretty sure that the vast majority of that is not thinking in advance of a rainy day. So
How could you?
Yeah.
How could you? We were talking about that shit the other night. This ain't set up for no rainy day. You know how much you got to be making to be thinking about a rainy day for real?
That's real.
Like,
that's real, but I hope that it puts into context though, for a lot of folks, of putting aside what you can possibly put aside if you can. And it doesn't have to be large amounts, because you would want to be able to invest things and, put it into use for you. But there is something to be said about just in case, bro, because like this should be an opener for a lot of folks, that everything cannot be about the perception from the outside. Because what is all of your designer shit gonna do for you right now?
and you in theory, you're right. I'm rolling.
What is it gonna do for you right now?
In theory, you're right.
Hopefully you got all that shit stocked up to the ceiling in your house or your apartment.
The unfortunate, sad truth of that shit is like there's still a significant way from rainy day to by the time I commute to and from work, pay for childcare, and just your day to day, right? Mm-hmm. Your commute on a day, your childcare for the day, and your the necessities to live for that day. A lot of people that go to work every fucking day still in the day in the red.
Very much so.
So the instant gratification or the sort of balancing act that a pair of J's or something designer does for people. I can't even be mad at people for that shit because they go to fucking work every day and still are upside down.
I understand. I get it.
I
It's hard. But we don't live in a third world country, bro.
we don't.
Like all that American shit can kiss my ass, bro.
Facts.
Like real
Facts.
life, bro. Like this
Facts.
is all American problems that you're telling me. Like you having to get over your mentality when it comes to how rough it is on soil that does not have problems. Like you have social problems, yes. You have class problems, yes. You have a lot of problems that we build that is really smoke and mirrors from real issues, like something that people have to deal with, and people who relocate here to have the problems that you have. It's just a different way to look at it, bro. That's all. Like I get it. I get it.
But
I get it. When we're looking in our phone all day at people that look like they got shit great. I get it. It puts something in your belly that why don't I have that too?
That feels really unfair to say to poor people.
I get it.
And I don't even mean poor like financially.
I get it. Like check the
monetarily.
check. Check the
Not
check.
even- no, I don't even-
check the check would be like
I don't even mean check the check.
Okay.
I mean experience wise and like mental bandwidth. Like I feel really blessed to have seen some shit and have a second chance at, like, a shout out to the Montgomerys, Mona and Bill and May. Like, nigga, I didn't have no concept of fucking financial literacy until I met them people. Like, I had never had those discussions before, you know? And that's not any knock on anyone coming up. It's just that survival shit is just different.
No, it's real.
That's a different beast, and being a product of that,
It's real.
and then coming out of it, I'm because I'm with you. I'm like, oh, I don't, and I went through that. Like, I remember coming back from school.
that is a disease that people don't recognize as a disease.
Okay, bet. Okay, bet.
Survival is a disease.
Bet, I'm with you. If that's where we rocking from, I'm with you 100% on everything you just said.
Yeah.
Because if we acknowledging the survival shit as a disease, everything you said is 100% valid.
Completely. We got to get over survival. We got to get over PTSD. Yeah. Those two things right there in a lot of these communities is what holds us in the exact same
and fucking captivity with no fence, bro. It's the most insane shit to watch us, and that because I do still there is still survival shit that I subscribe to unknowingly.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a large portion of life while being here.
It's just
you know what I mean. Like that's a lot to unwrap and uncover.
But once you uncover it, bro, that shit, the conflict that creates. Cause I'm with you, like, bro, all this shit's silly. But I can't tell nobody that if they ain't seen it for themselves.
No. I'm not here to tell people. Yeah. Like I'm here to just bring that to the forefront. That's all.
Yeah.
Take with that what you like.
Facts.
But you know, that's all my conversation be like, bro. Like I just throw that shit out there, and if you gravitate to it, you gravitate to it. But I did want to acknowledge though. Do you understand that that's how sick with it that would be classified as a luxury in our community?
What?
Is to become aware of that and then take the necessary steps to try to get out of that.
The fact that that's considered luxury, yeah.
Like that part is actually the luxury of it, and that's considered our luxury when, like, you know, actually
you move into this phase of like awareness.
Yes.
And for
like
whenever
you said, mental bandwidth, like like growing that part of things is the luxury in our community, you would say, because you have to be able to step enough away, you have to have enough of an outer body experience to be able to see yourself in a struggling situation and say that
Ain't
I need
nobody
to
who
get
having to work that hard. That's crazy.
my nigga,
That's
like
crazy.
like real life. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot, and it's a lot of things that have to go your way. Like I'm not gonna say that it's just on you. Like there is a lot of luck involved too. I would say,
Yeah.
because you have to catch breaks in certain portions of life that then it would allow you to be able to take those steps. You know what I mean?
You have to catch breaks.
You have to catch breaks at different points.
Oh man.
You niggas came to pod today.
My nigga, it's been 2 weeks,
It's
bro.
been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks, and we got quarantined at the same exact time, bro. Like we said in our group text, my nigga. Wait till you see what our group text gonna be like if we gotta stay at the house.
Oh my god.
Like we gotta forcibly be stated. Like some shit that's outside
anything is good. Like anything is getting dropped in the group chat.
Because we re-hit the group chat nigga, with some wild topics. And it was just like, damn, my nigga, where y'all been at?
You know what is becoming apparent? And we always knew it because you and I especially talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Nigga, the value of fear. Oh my goodness.
Completely.
Fear
We got a whole nation built off of it.
bruh, what is a bigger commodity than fear other than like water probably?
Hope, belief.
That feels like that gets
It's all the same.
Yeah, hope and belief feels like it's a subset of fear, right?
Completely.
And I'm thinking about education through fear, religion through fear,
religion's number one.
employment through fear.
That's up there. Yeah.
Got one more for you.
Huh.
Film. They have showed that horror fans are the most forgiving fans, and they're the most supportive. And that's why, like, if you think about, like,
That's
for
a bar.
example,
Nigga, please say that on the mic one time.
oh, which part?
Start from
Horror-
the beginning. The
Yeah.
fear, the horror film shit.
Like horror films, horror fans.
Because this is a theory I had before hearing this, and the fact that he's saying it is blowing my mind. Go ahead, my bad.
Horror fans are the most forgiving
Yeah.
and the most supportive. And that's why, like, a franchise, for example, like Jason, when they had Jason in outer space, like, you
Niggas
gotta
selling that
think,
thing.
a lot of people were like, what is this bullshit?
Yeah.
But the real horror fans, they're like, we gotta support it anyways. And then when they come out with the next Jason, we gonna be there for that one too. It's like, it's shown even like a lot of independent filmmakers will start off making a horror film just to try to get some kind of core fan base that will really support them.
Yeah. That's true, because I'm a nonstop believer in Blumhouse. And Blumhouse can make some bullshit. Nigga, I will fuck around with Blumhouse till there is no more Blumhouse.
You sat there and watched it when they came out the movie of the month.
Oh yeah,
the Hulu.
Yeah, the After Dark shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, why not?
I
Into the Dark.
that was only fascinating for me because there's a lot of people that present themselves to be proponents of that present themselves to be empathetic figures. But when it comes to horror films, have this almost crippling panic. It's like, I don't, for whatever reason in my brain, those two things can't go together. And I know that's a stretch, and I probably should explain it. And right now, for whatever reason, right now, I can't. To be scared and jumpy is one thing, but to internalize and process something that is clearly a stage play in theatrics, to internalize it so much that you have crippling fear.
Phobia. Yeah. That you develop a phobia on that. Yeah. The imagination.
Oh my gosh. And then but then to go a step further, to wrap it up into religion, we've landed here, and so there's progressions and there's steps to this shit. And again, so what makes the number one commodity behind water, nigga? And I would say I'd even wrap water into fear. Niggas, it's a lot of people that don't drink no water at all. Out of fear, go, I should probably drink some water today. I ain't had none all week. Wait a minute. You ain't drink water all week? Nigga, I go.
Bro,
my body start
what?
tripping if I ain't had water in like a couple hours, bro. To keep it a buck,
I
like,
don't even know. I don't even want to know what them insides look like, and you ain't had water all week, bro.
bruh. You know how many people I heard say, "I don't really fuck with water like that." Nigga, how? that's how the Rona here for real. Niggas that don't fuck with water, y'all gotta stop, man.
See, that's people that's really afraid though, because they know they got some shit up in their past. Like, bro, like nigga, my immune system might not be the greatest, bro. I might need to.
I'll fuck with water once a week. Who are you, fam? But it's that fear shit. And so I've been thinking, like, as the details have been unfolding, and people are sitting on the edge of their seat.
Also, you a borderline serial killer, bro. If you ain't had water, like if you don't fuck with water like that,
Bro, to say the words,
because I feel like there's no way that your body, like your mind can function correctly
without water.
I feel like you can make up some, like you can probably visualize some shit that's out of the norm that just and you'll make sense of it too. Like, oh yeah, that he cut me off, so I had to blast his ass real quick. Because y'all 12 Mountain Dews right now.
Yeah, because you ain't had no water, G. What is going
Niggas on a sugar rush, nigga, at 36.
Oh man,
2 Red Bulls.
Bro, exactly, bro. You too grown for this shit.
Do we have anything in anything else in and around the virus right now? Are you how y'all feel?
I mean, my whole thing is for people to take it a little more seriously, if not a lot more seriously, if only to protect yourself and those that you love. Regardless of if there's a possibility that you can contract it, or even know what the hell happens if you do contract it, like what the extent of the issue will be. I would say you have to move as if this government, since they now have full control, or I think they still have to vote on that, but still has to go to the Senate. But once they do have full control, they can do whatever they want, and within bounds of that is martial law, and you have to think about what happens when everybody has to isolate themselves, how crazy people can be. I want y'all just to be a little bit more cognizant of the possibilities.
Yes.
That's all. You still have access to food, so don't think that food will be scarce. And we're not at that point yet. Food is still a possibility, so we're not going that far. But it's just more so preparing yourself mentally for the possibility that this is something that we have not encountered yet. And the level of fear that you operate with that you didn't know that you had yet until they said some shit.
Yeah.
Multiply that by whatever number you want to multiply that by, and prepare yourself for that. That's all.
Yeah. You got any closing thoughts on the Rona?
Wash your hands
with soap.
Yeah. Don't just run some cold water under your fingers and then.
Wait, no, I was just telling Sue on a live is like the kid that was trying to make hand sanitizer, and one of the specialists was like, "Nah, you don't have to use that because it ain't a scarcity on soap. Like soap, like everything else is flying off the shelf except like soap and water will do exactly what you hope in this and beyond what hand sanitizer would do. Yeah. So I get that y'all can't get hand sanitizer, but you can get some soap."
You guys hear about the kid that was selling the hand sanitizer at his school?
No.
Squirts within the school suspended him. I was like, see, destroying his entrepreneurship.
Yeah, no, there was a dude, I want to say he was out towards the Montana area. I can't remember what complete area, but he wiped out him and his brother wiped out all the hand sanitizer for three towns or something like that. So he had something like 17,000 bottles of sanitizer, and they were selling it on eBay and Amazon and all that for anywhere from $8 to $70 a pop. Yeah. Until like they got a hold of it and they blocked them and said that anybody who else would do something like this can have their account rejected for the rest of the time, right? So it deterred everybody. So therefore, they now have 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer without anywhere to sell it at.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
So that's the type of shit that's going on out there, folks.
Oh, I'll let you know. At my job, I work at a paint store. This dude kept coming in and buying up all the masks. Come to find out, he owns like his own private hardware store. He buying the boxes from us at $20, but selling them at his store for $50.
Yeah.
What? People are sick.
Yeah.
People are sick.
So there's a bunch of capitalization going on out there. People, and their only excuse was that, oh man, that was an idea that could have put our kids, that could have put us in a real great financial space. But now we sitting on all this product with nothing to do with it. Like, that's what's up, man. People had ideas, but it's definitely shortcut ideas. Good job, folks.
Yeah, the Rona. I don't know. We're here. Let's get off that shit though.
And look into Italy.
Never mind.
We're
back.
No, my bad. But when you have a chance, just like look into what's going on in Italy. Get familiar with that, and just visualize that for the U.S. for about 30 days.
We pivot. Okay.
My bad.
No. You're good. You're good. I was getting sad as y'all were talking. I was getting really, really sad. New music.
It was a good time for me.
It's good. These last 2-3 weeks have been amazing. Amazing.
That is a good thing about 2020. Like 2020 doesn't have the things to hang their hat on right now.
Except music.
But music is doing a great job.
Music and art as a whole.
Yeah.
Are we? I guess Honey Boy ain't 2020. Honey Boy is 2019, right? Yeah. That's from a film perspective.
Yeah.
That's 19. Okay.
So that was in film festival in 2019.
Yeah. So the music though, the art of the surprise album is here. The niggas with the rollouts, I'm not really checking for, because the rollout, if you rolling it out, it probably has some deficiencies. I'm learning.
Unless you're The Weeknd.
Unless you're Weeknd.
I don't think The Weeknd has any deficiencies on that album.
But I guess.
But he's selling a character, so
he's exactly. So the niggas that's because Don Toliver was going out of his way to tell us that wasn't no album. Yo, you're on the pod right now. Say something positive.
Bro, I just witnessed the illest shit in the world, cuz.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I don't know what you about to say. But go.
Bro, no. It's nothing radical or nothing. Bro, so, like, hell of my gigs got canceled, right? Like, obviously because of the current conditions. But one of the churches, bro, dude literally rented out a space in Emeryville. It's like a TV, like station spot. Bro, he hooked up like 4 iPhones and live streamed that whole thing, the whole service, banned everything live through like a $30 interface, bro, and an app called like Switch Studios, which is like $50 a month or like $300 a year, and everything went so smooth, bro, like no technical hitch, nothing, and it looks like some like. It damn near looks like he damn near did the whole Joe Rogan podcast live shit, but for like for pennies for the cost, bro. It was like crazy.
I love you, bro. That fact, that shit probably like really you really hype. I can hear it too.
Yeah, bro. You can literally do that with your podcast, bro. Live, live, bro. You don't understand the power of live, bro. You gotta have nuts to do that shit, bro. You gotta have real nuts to do that live shit.
I love you, bro. I'm gonna hit you after we finish.
All right, bro.
What? That nigga Push my favorite person on the planet, bro. He just like niggas that be that passionate. Don Toliver.
Yes.
Whew. That's a special kid right there. That's a special kid. Mm-hmm. His whole rollout this week was telling us, I don't know an album coming. What? And then it drops on Friday, and it's amazing.
Yeah. That was an impressive project for sure.
Extremely. We haven't. I feel like we haven't talked enough about Royce.
Yeah, I don't think Royce was the pod I think we missed when Royce dropped. I believe. Was that weekend?
No, it was a week before. But we didn't talk. We talked about some other shit. Salute to Royce, White Dave, Richmond's Own.
I love Royce's headspace right now, man.
Yes. Royce is on a different planet. White Dave, Richmond's Own, and Living Color. So White Dave has been doing probably like 4 or 5 tapes a year. Sometimes 4 or 5 songs, sometimes a 10 banger, different spaces. And they keep doing these like leaps. It'll be like an incremental leap, and then it'll be a big ass leap. This In Living Color shit is out off the charts. And then we get the JLX.
Oh, this is Money's area right here.
Nah, because you listened to it before me.
I know, but you know more about Jay Elect. So my highlights was literally Jay-Z. So that's where you come into play, because I don't know much Jay Elect. I could appreciate some of the things that he was saying, but it was just that Jay was such a god level of emceeing at that moment that it kind of. I'll have to go back and listen to what Jay Elect even said. And it kind of felt like, what was that song?
The first one?
No, that song before that Jay Elect was last. And
Control.
Control.
Uh-huh.
And he allowed Sean to be that amazing on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Dot did what he did.
Yeah. So it kind of cuts off right at the end of Dot.
Mm-hmm.
Money doesn't agree with that because he listened to Jay Elect and all that stuff. So I get that part. And that's why I went.
No.
That's why
with Control, I definitely agree with that.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell you one of Jay Lex's bars from Control. and everybody knows how I feel about Jay Lex. So that's not. I don't think you're not saying anything wrong.
Okay,
you're not saying anything wrong.
Because that's how I felt in. Joe kind of touched on it too, but I think it might be because of the way that the tape started.
It starts with Hov.
And the job that Hov did, the precision that he was speaking in at the top of that, made me forget that I even clicked on. It was Jay Elect's project.
And see, and this is where I disagree with the entire world, because everybody had the same take.
Okay.
When, as an artist, there's so much ego operating at probably at the highest level sometimes that you have to, like, the better you get, the more you're managing that and taking direction and taking input. When they came to Grammy weekend, and he knows, but part of my dream is to always, because their taste, I don't give a fuck if you identify as an artist or not, nigga. Your taste kind of suggests that you're an artist, right? How you consume. So Poe and L are in the studio, and L goes, "Nah, nigga, you should talk about this and you should do it like this." And I'm like, "That's fucking brilliant." There's nothing wrong with that, but it does take a really long time for someone like me to get in this space to receive that type of information, but it also takes people a really long time to get in the space to give it. Right? So there's this exchange that's happening. I've met Jay Lex, and Lex was there. He filmed it, so I thank God that I don't feel like a crazy person, because I keep having these random encounters with Jay Lex where they're like, "Oh, you my man for real," but we don't know each other. So the first time we met, it's funny because the memory was at South by and it came up on Facebook today, so I had to repost it. That was fucking 6 years ago. Then the next time was when I opened for him in the city, and at Soundcheck, he goes, "Let's go for a walk." And Lex just happened to have the camera on, because as he was talking to me, I'm like, "Nigga, why are you talking to me like you know me?"
Nah, the craziest part about that experience was when you walked in, he said, "I know I remember that brown skin."
He did say that.
I'm like,
He
what?
did say that. And everybody was looking like, what the fuck is he talking about? But it felt genuine. Whether it was or not, it felt genuine.
Nah, on the camera, you can tell.
Yeah.
It was genuine.
Yeah. So, all that to say, that dude's pulling from a different place, because if he wasn't, he would have rushed an album out one. Like as soon as Exhibit C landed the way it did, he had every incentive to drop a record right then and there. Like, no, I'm not pressed, because he had already done Eternal Sunshine. That was like, it's like an album if you wanted them heads, and I was one of those heads when it dropped. So you're on the context part of Jay Elect, you're right. But with the context of Jay Elect, if people had context, and the reason why I don't fuck with Joe and his take on Jay Elect is because he's bitter that Jay Elect will out rap him, for one, and then And then 2, Jay Elect has had to do a fraction of the shit that Joe has had to do to receive the prestige that he's had to do. Sometimes less is more, right? Sometimes less is significantly more, especially when it's as great as Eternal Sunshine is. I know Joe's never listened to Eternal Sunshine. I'd bet my last dollar on it. So the amount of material that exists, niggas is trying to act like it don't exist, and it exists. He's been touring since Exhibit C, and he goes out and headlines by himself and does like an hour and a half sometimes. So he got shit, got plenty of shit, you know. And it's kind of tight that it's unreleased shit because you experiencing it for the first time, unless you've seen him a few times, right? So then there's that part. Lastly, the most important part of this tape, a written testimony. It's called a written testimony for a reason. And as a fan, do y'all know what I would do if the only time one of the greatest minds in music ever came to the studio was when I called?
That's true.
I'm the only nigga that can get this nigga out of his house to come rap for real. None of y'all can but me. And he gonna start my shit off with bars like we ain't heard Hove like this ever. And I'm the reason for that.
Yeah, that nigga was in the mat.
I'm sorry. My brain just worked different, I guess. So I'm looking at it from Jay Elect perspective. I'm going, yo, nigga, you got Hove to start your debut out. The first voice you hear on his debut album is Hove. Snapping though. Give a fuck what y'all feel about me at that point, nigga. I got Jay-Z out the bed, nigga, to come rap for real.
Not only that, like that whole album, the way Jay was snapping, imagine the conversations they probably had before
to get to exactly
they went into the booth and after. Like,
and so it's just it's a game of games, right? It's a game of games. Me and this nigga, I was 8th grade going into 9th grade, and Dylan and his parents had a dinner at their house and invited my soon-to-be high school coach. And we always played one-on-one. Me, Dill, L, we always played one-on-one. Yeah. But for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, in hindsight, I know exactly what it was, but Dill was like, yo, y'all playing way too serious. I'ma chill. So me and L, and this is the court was lit. It's nowhere to go.
Bro,
there's nowhere to go. For real.
This is gonna be all
post ups. All post ups, for real. You can shoot a jumper if you want to, but why when you can just post up? And so my soon to be coach walks through the door, and I start playing hella hard. Like hella hard for real. But I'm playing my big cousin that I've never beaten. I want to beat him so bad. So fucking bad. But it was always like, I didn't win that day, but that was the day that I realized like, yo, what playing up to your competition really was. Mm-hmm. The niggas that's nice. Like it, and then from that day on, every time I was going to have to play St. Mary's, like I just was able to tap into something different. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh shit. And it's this, and then in the but this nigga would always have his best games, like oh my God. But my sophomore year when we played y'all at the house, and they were on fire too. Sold out, like the game was fucking packed, and our point guard got hurt, and we didn't have another point guard. And I had been begging them niggas to let me play the one for 2 years by that point, and they were just refused. They didn't have no choice that day.
Niggas gonna put me at the point, nigga.
Yeah. And after the game, one of the assistants goes, bro, I would like to apologize to you for not listening to you sooner. I remember that just being a real thing. And he goes, for a couple reasons. And Dwayne, shout out Dwayne. I don't know if he remembers this conversation, but I'll never forget it because it sort of set the tone for how I would approach life forever after that. But he's like, one, for not listening to you and like believing in you, how much you believed in yourself and your abilities. Because I was telling him as an 8th grader, like, yo, I'm a point guard, like just let me play the one. Like it's unorthodox and it's slow, but I'm gonna get from point A to point B, and the little hesitation and change of direction is gonna be nice.
We just missed the positionless.
We
basketball,
just missed
bro.
it.
Like just
G,
missed it,
you would have been league for sure.
bro. That was.
I would
easy.
at least been able to play overseas. At the very least, that positionless shit was the change of all changes.
Folks gotta remember, like coaches were literally so scared to think outside the box. Like it was like the biggest fear. Like it was crippling fear.
I would guard Big John in practice because nobody else could.
Yeah.
That's insane. Think about that in hindsight is crazy. Nigga, they were trying to make me a 5, bro. That's crazy. But he goes, for believing in yourself and your abilities, for one, but for two, he was like, bruh, your cousin's the best in the state. That nigga just turned up to play against. He's like, whether it was to play against, he had something to prove for the family, whatever, but he's like, I'd like to attribute it to the fact that he turned up because he was playing against you. And I was like, damn. It's like when you get the nigga to turn up, that's different. And so from that point on, I've never sought the salute from the fans. I just need the niggas who know for real to know for real.
That's real.
You know, and so when they start posting the pictures of Hov and Jay Leck in the studio, it's like, oh damn. And then the album starts and it's Louis Farrakhan to open, and then the first voice you hear rapping is Hov. If I still have his number, but it's just weird with idols like that. I don't want to hit him. I should hit him and be like, salute my nigga, and the number's probably not the same no more either. But I wanted to hit him and be like, nigga, I'm so happy for you. Because as a fan of him, I know how much of a fan of Hov he is. And he got Hov to open his debut record, the first voice you hear. And so people with their watch it throwing 2 jokes and all the shit is cute. But the type of time, Hov can't get on that type of time without being around that type of time, I guess.
That's real.
And so written testimony for that alone is one of the more special moments in hip hop, because somebody who had an unorthodox ascension to be revered as one of the more formidable MCs, that being Jay Leck. Like, nigga, you don't even have a mixtape out, and niggas is calling you one of the best. That's unheard of. And then you start your debut with one of the niggas that's recognized as the best to ever do it. We've never seen it before, so naturally, the hate and all, like, it makes sense that Joe and niggas like that would hate on it. It does.
Yeah, I get that. I really like the project. I thought that it was, I thought that it was cohesive. I still need to go back and listen to JLX parts, but at least it wasn't something that was like he still had, like, it was bars that I was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, I get why he's kind of, in that space or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not Royce to me. Like, I think Royce is underappreciated, but I wouldn't want to pit them against each other like that. I just want to kind of put it more in like
whenever Royce and Jay Leck make songs together, it's the most, that prime record they got together is unreal. It's truly, and so the Royce being undervalued is different because Royce has hella bodies of work for us to reference. And so that'd be my confusion with these fucking purists. It's like, the niggas that's nice, y'all don't support no way. Kendrick said that shit years ago. It's like, y'all really don't give a fuck about who the best rapper is, because if that was the case, Killer Mike would be a fucking billionaire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So niggas be pretending like they care, but them lo-fi backpack niggas don't support shit.
That's wrong.
Ever. Niggas not buying nothing at all. So it's like, oh, nigga, you went mainstream, you sold out. Nigga, that's who fucking paying and supporting. You lo-fi backpack niggas don't support shit. So which one is it? Pick a side.
And that was Kanye's whole argument about the culture, bro.
Man.
People didn't read that correctly either.
They never do when it's about them. Ever. My bad. That shit just mean a lot to me.
No, we didn't talk about Chilombo.
Nigga, I'm not talking to you about Chilombo at all. This nigga's a sicko. So we're on our workout shit. He been on this shit. And so it'll be up at 5. He'll drop his playlist or whatever he listening to. Like, he'll screenshot one of the joints that's fucking, like, he fucking with that day. This nigga sends us No, you don't even send us. You say something about the Janae shit go crazy in the gym. What kind of serial killer do you have to be to work out to fucking R&B Janae Aiko nigga in the gym?
Nah, I was saying like the lead up to Janae. Like I didn't even know Janae was dropping that day, but it was a Friday, and I was listening to Janae and the shit. And I was like, damn, this is a perfect workout album. Like she getting her shit off, and it makes you feel a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Because you always want it. Like for me personally, I'm a purist at heart when it comes to like understanding the woman's brain. Or just brains in general, how men's brain work, how women's brain work, and when you bring those two together, because them things do not communicate with each other well.
Man.
You know what I mean? So like listening to like a full on women's perspective. So I was listening up to that point. I had started off with Baduism. So to let you know, like my trajectory for that day.
In the gym that day?
No, and on Monday of that week.
Oh, okay.
So like I started off with Baduism, not even knowing. Like I was listening to Baduism. I listened to FK Twigs. I listened to
in the gym.
I listened to Amy Winehouse
in the gym.
In the gym. That was my week.
I'm impressed.
That was my week, bro.
I'm
so
impressed.
By the time I got to Friday and Janae dropped, I was like, oh, this is like.
Oh, I'm on to him. I'm on to you.
This
bro.
is like.
I'm on
this
to
is
you.
divine intervention.
I'm on to you. I'm not. It ain't even fly no more. You was the.
It's not
you
even
was,
fly.
You
no
was
more.
the flyest nigga until I just figured you out.
What you talking about, bro?
You was trying to give off them pheromones in the gym. You not even slick. You not slick. Baby walk past you like, is he listening to Amy?
This nigga, man.
Yo, I'm on to you. You caught, bro.
Nah, bro. That ain't even how I was doing.
That, oh my God. My nigga just said he was listening to Baduism on Monday in the gym. I know what that mean. Fam, you caught.
Catch a 4-leaf clover, bro.
Catch a
Both of you niggas sick. L, you sick for listening to that shit in the gym. And Monty, you sick for coming up with that idea. That's why he's doing it. I don't know why I'm here.
Oh. Real life, man.
I'm not fucking with L.
That shit was great.
I'm not fucking with L at all. I'm over this nigga, bro.
Come on, man.
I'm over L. Oh shit. You busted, bro.
I'm busted.
You
Come
busted,
on, man.
You busted.
Don't do that.
Oh man.
That's hella funny though.
So, how do we feel about the surprise albums?
I like the wave, bro. Like,
Do you?
I do like the wave. Like I like coming like because I'm up so early on like every day. So when it does hit, because I go to bed early, so I don't listen to things when it comes out. Was that Thursday evening when it hits? I don't even know what the hell happened yet. So by the time Friday morning comes and it's a surprise when I wasn't even ready for it, and I get to look on the list of suggesteds, then it's a nice surprise, bro. To tell you the truth, so I fuck with it, and then that gives you a chance to be caught off guard and not have an expectation beforehand on what you just don't know what to expect just yet.
Yeah.
And I'm with that part of it, because I think you can definitely play yourself into something and think about what something is before it actually is. If you get to see a title, if you get to see the list and see who's featured on it and see a particular song, you can psych yourself out of the art of it.
Yeah.
In my part.
No, I like it a lot because it kind of it does exactly what you just talked about. It takes all the like bells and whistles away, and it's like, yo, it's just about the music for a little bit, or the creativity of said rollout, right? But then I also appreciate the people who are still doing rollouts too, because they have the budget to do so. Go do your New York press run, billboards, all the shit. That just kind of puts you in another class of being able to do so.
But do you see that as gimmicky now?
No.
Like not the surprise rollouts, but the actual rollout now. When you see the lists and you get to see the features, because like it kind of feels like that's the driving force for it, which it has always been.
Yeah.
But is that now? Because if it comes back and you don't do the numbers that you were expecting to do with that rollout, then does that hurt it?
I do attribute that to just the product being subpar.
Okay.
If you do the rollout, the standard rollout, and you aren't able to achieve the spins that you were hoping to, then the music would just subpar. And I feel like that goes for everybody. Because anything that's supposed to cut through in the last 5 years has. Right? Am I wrong about that? I could be wrong, but I feel like anything that was supposed to work and we were supposed to receive and was supposed to have popularity and supposed to unanimously be dope, we acknowledge it unanimously as dope. Solange's album, Channel Orange, like a lot.
Well, that actually, now that you say that though, that might be us. That might be the proof that we're moving into a whole new wave of independency.
Yes, that was yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay,
Yep,
okay,
exactly.
okay.
Exactly. Independent.
That's got to be super scary for like the landscape, because that means that you really have to have great art
So this is the
to
evolution of
not
independence.
worry about what that number coming back is, and that number being higher than even what your personal projection was.
Shout out to It's
Or
the
Lord.
Real. Shout out to It's the Real. I don't listen to their podcast enough. I feel like, because they've had some interviews recently that have been dope, but they did a whole a Rockefeller celebration type deal where they had Biggs, Freeway, Jim Jones. They had a bunch of Lenny S. They had a bunch of the people who were the foundation of Rockefeller Freeway talk about how it was built for real. And one of the points that they kept reiterating is like, yo, independence is sort of the wave now, but Dame and them were independent on a whole different stratosphere
time,
at a time where the money, the money machines were different, right? So they shop Hove over and over again. Everybody says no and passes on Jay-Z, and so Dame goes, let's just do it ourselves, and they just did it themselves out of necessity. And now we talk about them and we revere them in a way, but they eventually partnered faster because their ascension was so fast. It's like, okay, they're causing a ruckus, let's pick them up. No Limit causing a ruckus, let's pick them up. Cash Money causing a ruckus. Rap a Lot, let's grab them up now. These different labels, and so now the evolution of that. Fast forward to 2020, it's like how artists are doing it and fully jumping out the window as game changers and storytellers, and not compromising because there isn't some weird partnership where some label has some sort of agenda or some other political partners where they're kind of nudging the artist to tell a particular story. No, artists are just getting their shit off. And it's so beautiful. Salute to Kendrick and Dave Free with the PG Lang shit. Like, it's a lot of fly shit going on right now that would suggest that art as a whole is moving into a really, really great space. Salute to Joe and everything they're doing with the podcast, and Puff with Revolt and Tidal. I can't reiterate enough. Like, the show, y'all know by now, the show isn't sponsored on by any one DSP, but I can't reiterate enough for people of color to go fuck with Tidal. Seriously. Like, I'm not even asking no more or trying to be nice about it. Go fuck with Tidal because of what it means for creatives of color and what it means for artists on the payout backside. Yeah, that's my little shameless plug.
That's right.
We are running low on time, L. I have one topic that's pretty near and dear to me, but I'm not pressed to get it off because we could have that conversation anytime. Do you have anything left on your list that you absolutely would want to talk about?
No,
I see a couple good ones. So
nah, it kind of passed, but we already talked about the stuff that's at the bottom. Nah, not really, because the only the stand corrected part was just me having a conversation with a friend regarding our conversation that we had 2 weeks ago about how we. I'm just gonna let that one go.
No. What was?
No, I'm good on that one.
It was something we got wrong.
Huh?
It was something we got wrong.
In a way, it wasn't the complete story, but we can hold off on that one for another time.
Okay.
I was raising kids according to the environment was interesting.
That one was like jumping out.
Yeah. So raising kids according to their environment was interesting because you think about, we've talked about it before, but the level of fear that you have to instill in your children in impoverished areas to be prepared for the world ahead of them is a lot different than the kind of coddling or coddling or even just allowing someone to progressively come into their own with nonstop opportunities of nonstop opportunities of failure being possibilities, but not being able to really see failure in its entirety was just interesting to me. I kind of witnessed it a bit on some, I think it was a show I was watching or something, but I just got to see a single mom dealing with having two sons, and both sons were like, intense people to have to deal with. But that's only because of the world that they're going to be living in. They didn't understand just yet what she was doing, and you could just see it on the adult end what the preparation was like, and that it's kind of like a have to put them in their place, or you have to instill, you have to have certain conversations with them every single day out of necessity, because once they leave, the fear of when they leave your sight, the possibilities that they can get themselves into, and they still would get themselves into them, and just hope that they're in some shape or form that they would tap into one of those talks, or one of those whoopings, or one of those moments where it's just like, I fear something at home a little bit more than I fear at this particular situation, or she might be right, and just the subconscious checks in and allows them not to do what their initial instinct is. And it's a very layered deal, because it's exactly the world that I grew up in. And I always say that the world that I grew up in my youth, there's nothing else. There's no other way to acknowledge that besides saying that there was another power in place than just the people in my initial circle being great human beings that helped me see the world differently. It's completely different than that, because there's too many points and too many moments that I was in that could have went a completely different way, and too many people that I've been around whose lives did go a different way, that I'm still around with the knowledge and the understanding and the awareness and the drive and the attention to detail. There's just no other way to explain that part. So I just that was just an interesting topic for me.
Nah, man, I when you sent that this morning, I was for whatever reason I zeroed in on that one, and with context and you explaining it, I'm glad that it resonated as much as it did. I don't know, man, because I've been talking to the homies that are fathers, and I put an emphasis on the homies that are fathers more so, because it feels although it shouldn't, it is extremely unique to be surrounded by so many dads who are active and hands-on. Lex is here, SK is here. I spent a majority of time with Kevin Allen, Kev Choice, DJ D Sharp, Brookfield Deuce, shout out to Deal, Ivan, Basta. A lot of my creative homies in immediate circle are dads, right? And are active. And a lot of them have different perspectives on reproduction, especially right now, and what they know. What they know now as active dads, right? And the conversation that continues to come up is the fear in and around, like how much to give, how much not to give, how much to make them earn, to how hands on, hands off suffering, and all these different little nuanced things that God bless my mother, she was figuring out on the fly. And to this day, and this crazy enough, this leads into the one thing that I did want to talk about, empathy and addiction. I don't know any medical approaches or terms on how to deal with any of that shit, but I do know the amount of space that was afforded by my single mother, and the amount of, you know, whatever her and my dad's relationship was, she ain't never go out her way to make me feel one way or another about bruh. And you see that so many times over and over again, and vice versa for that matter. Their relationship was their relationship, and I imagine they had all kind of horrible shit to say about each other. But that wasn't my reality. And I to this day, I don't know if there's anything that I'm more grateful for, especially having been in relationships with single moms, having access to the homies who were raised by their mother who have horror stories about their fathers, and vice versa, the dads who would shit on the moms. Like, that shit creates a whole nother sort of set of issues you got to work through as a human, as an adult human, that fucking make it impossible. And that's not my that hasn't been my reality, right? So in this unique space that I'm in with my dad right now, I'm able to really, really see bruh, like for real, like, and what he needs from me right now. And it's unorthodox. It's different. It's asking a lot of me, but it also feels so worth it. To tap into something larger than me, and to be exactly what he needs, not what I think fuck my ego and what I think I know. I don't know shit, you know. And for whatever reason, like I wrote my sisters this fucking essay of a text message this morning, because I inside writing songs. I haven't written a word for the last 2 projects. Just writing is more channeling, right? Like now it is. And so I've had to become more cognizant of when I'm being channeled to say something. Like we talk about assertiveness and speaking up and all this shit. Like, that's something that I've worked tremendously on, and is at the forefront of my brain, of like speaking up, because my nature is to suppress and to not speak up, and that manifests in weird ways where it fucks up relationships and shit too. So it's like, let me try just speaking up, but the responsibility with speaking up comes, you gotta process a lot faster. And I wasn't a fast processor, so I was liable to say some shit really wrong or really hurtful or really mean, even especially when I'm hurt, right? Because it's a fear thing. I'm hurt, I'm scared. Let me say something crazy, you know. And so because I didn't want to do that, I wouldn't say anything. I just go quiet. Y'all call it Monty mode, and that didn't feel good either, because it alienates you in a really uncomfortable way that's not your intent, but you just don't know what to say. So, excuse me, thinking of that, it's been working on that, and trying to say shit that's on your heart and not suppress it. So I write my sisters this long ass essay, and in it is just trying to tap into a supreme level of empathy to be exactly what we're supposed to be for somebody. And it may require efforts that we didn't even know we were capable of, thresholds we didn't know we possessed. And with that too, the environments that you speak of, you're 100% right that there was something else looming over and guiding and protecting the other vessels that were there to protect us and guide us and feed us and clothe us and all these different things. But then there would be those days when them vessels were nowhere around, and you still would survive, but it would be hearkening back or tapping into information or game that they gave. I can't tell you how many times I've been in situations, bro, where my life was on the line and your dad's voice would ring so fucking loud of what to do immediately. but it would be from conversations that I was rolling my eyes at the time, because Unc getting his talking bag, and you'd be like, bruh. But when you need it the most, that shit show up.
Yeah, that's right.
Same thing with grandma. Like, grandma get on her shit where she just get to talking. And you like, come on, G. And when I need it the most, that shit would pop up every fucking time. But to go along with that, I drove down 90th and Bancroft the other day, just on some like, I went to pick something up on 73rd, and it's like, man, let me slide by the house. Let's go see what it looks like. Yeah, just real quick, just go see.
Yeah.
And how comfortable my mom was with, show auntie, bye. Be over there for days.
Yeah.
And now I have friends moving into the East, moving into the rich, going, what's the crime like?
Yeah.
I don't remember that shit being dangerous, bro. Like, not for real. I know what it was. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But what I do remember is the sort of anxiety and the anxiousness that would come when we were alone, but never when I was being passed off, whether it would be to y'all house, our block for that matter. When Unc and them when Unc stayed in North, like, you hear all these notorious ass stories. That shit just wasn't my reality, you know.
Yeah.
But
I attribute that to the way people move too, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a big thing, because I had so many partners that was like in Acorn, and we were playing on the Acorn Project outdoor courts, or doing dribbling drills over this from speed bump to speed bump in the middle of the street out there, and it's just like, and it was so much surrounding danger, but that's where you felt comfortable within. You know what I mean? Like, if there wasn't danger involved, then you're unsettled. You know what I mean? And that's just getting to the next stage of life that you weren't ready for. You're not ready for things to become easier yet, because you don't have the necessary tools for all of the idle time that comes with, not having immediate sensories on level 11 for dangerous activity, bro. That's just like that comes in stages. But I can say that the appreciation factor of being in the middle of that, so I can recognize it later on in life, where I don't need to be there in order to say that, hey, I am hard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that draw. You know what I mean? Like, I know what my life entails. You know what I mean? Like, and I know what that is. You know what I mean? I recognize it clear as day. Yeah. But I attribute that to environment. I attribute that to what we had access to, whether it was little or whatever. The feeling of it was still, though, that we had support, and that was everything for a growing child that has all of the tools to run this motherfucker up. You know what I mean? Like, that part is very important. You know what I mean? Like, there's too much that's in the details for you to be immaculate in the next stage, as long as you get to the next stage. You know what I mean? So that's environment was important for youth. So I definitely had to talk about that. I also just talk about the fact that in a lot of those stages, like, you getting into those battles, those daily battles. You know, like, I've had some wild talks with my parents as a youth, without the full scope of what they do for me. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me just talking as if, nigga, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, without knowing, my dad's background like that, or even knowing, like, my mom's background like that. And us having to have those conversations, the way they talked to me was in the manner of an adult. Like, like, we're not about to baby you about this. Like, we're gonna have some real talks. We're gonna get in each other's faces, and it's gonna be some moments. You know what I mean? And I can only appreciate that, because that got me ready to go when I had to talk and have these conversations with you know, in a lot of these business rooms, and like just how this like the in front of people who you would think has a high status, but they crumble next to somebody who is sure of what they're saying, or is open to being wrong, as long as you present it in a way that, as long as you present it and it factors into what you know to this point. Jesus. But we got to have those type of conversations. A lot of people ain't ready to have those conversations. They ain't been in those moments to take that in.
You ain't seen shit for real.
You ain't got it.
You know, and that's the.
And you can have all this money, but you ain't got it.
You ain't got it.
You know what I mean?
That's the part. That's the part that's so important. Like, I know my mom frequently apologizes for like how hard shit was. And I try to convince her she don't have shit to apologize for, because I do feel like it gave me a unique advantage on like processing and not being mad, judgmental, or thinking the world owes me anything. Like her thing was
that's important.
Her thing, I think she feels like, and mom, cause she listens, she'll correct me whether I'm wrong or not, but I think she feels like she was overly hard on me, especially because I'm mad sensitive. You know, it's like, so once she realized like how sensitive I was, she was like, fuck, I'm way too hard on him. You know? But she was being cognizant of how fucked up this world is and raising a man. Like she was, her focus became like, he can't be soft. He can't let niggas run over him. He's, you know, like I remember her just changing. Like we left and it was just us, and she was like, my nigga, like you gonna have to figure some shit out quick, right? And so it became exactly what you said. Like it wasn't this sort of filtering and diluting of the information. It was like raw and really direct. And I remember the first few times it's being like, she hates me. And it's like, and then you go, oh, she fuck with me for real. You know, and so really early, we left when I was 7. So really early, my love language became really hard truths, right? So if you fuck with me, you gonna tell me I'm fucking up for real. You know, you gonna tell me my breath stank, I need a shower, like all that. If you fuck with me for real, you know, and identifying that fairly early because of her, and our rapport, and that environment thing, and so. I know now, as somebody who aspires to be a dad and a husband, man, what I struggle with now is, if that's not my reality with my child, do I still, what do I give them? What do I make them earn? What can I protect them from? Can I protect them from anything for real? Because a lot of the parents who did that are going, fuck, I regret it, because they don't have that dog in them. Maybe no kid is supposed to have that dog. Like,
I was just about to say that. Because like that was the second part to what I was talking about as far as that environment thing, is that you had that environment in order for you to survive your element.
Yeah.
And then you run it up to another level.
Yeah. And
from there, your children then runs it up to a whole nother level. Yeah. So the need to have certain type of dogs, you can still instill in them a dog mentality that's more business driven, or more ready for, you know, some of these interactions that you're gonna have. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be like survival mode information, bro. Like shit.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, dude, but it's like it literally has shaped us.
Right. Correct.
So I think that's the conundrum, where it's like, well, if it shaped us for the better, how much bad did we inherit too, though? You know, I think that's our cue, the tambourine. No updates, not much. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, share, like, comment, rate the pod. Yeah, man. I follow the IG page, follow LG, follow Lex, Let's Bubble Production, follow SK Slapwagon. And this is the Meet the Brave podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
Love.
Yep.